Hey guys, hey Sarah. Hey Nick. We're gonna get this thing going here in just a second. Thank you for jumping on, y'all. Hey Sarah. Hi, healthy granny. Tell me your names. Hey there, y'all. Thanks for jumping on. We're going to get started here in just a couple seconds. I'm sitting out here in one of my favorite spots. Hopefully, we're going to have some hummingbird visitors here while we're doing this, just to make things fun. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Christine. I thought that was your name, but I just wanted to be sure. I'm enjoying a glass of wine, so if any of you would like to join me in that, please feel free. Cheers. We're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. I wanted to jump on early and make sure I was doing this right. I'm new to this whole Periscope thing, so you can get your own, Nick. Just kidding. Yes, it is a glass of wine. It's a glass of Chardonnay, actually. William Hill, if you're curious. Just another couple of minutes and we're going to get going. Big glass. Ha ha ha. It was the end of the bottle and I didn't want to leave just a little bit there. So, there you go. Keeping it real, folks. Keeping it real. Can you all see the hummingbird feeder behind me? Hello. So yeah, the hummingbird feeder is behind me. Hopefully you can see it. Little guy's been coming up. So, oh good. So someone has to tell me how you do the little hearts. I don't know what that means when they float up. What exactly is that? When the hearts go up. Can someone tell me what that is? Just tap the screen. Oh, okay, cool. And is that like, does that mean you like something when you tap the screen and the hearts go up? Okay. Thanks for sending the love hearts. I appreciate it. It means they like what you're saying and want more of what you're talking about. Awesome. Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, before we get rocking and rolling on what I really wanted to talk about today about running and as if it's making you fat, I want to hear from you. So tell me your name, where you're from, and if you're comfortable, tell me how old you are. So name, where you're from, and how old you are, if you care to divulge that information. Hello. 62 years young. Love it. Perfect. That's awesome. Great, Christine. And Christine, where are you from? Bethany, 38. Awesome. From Connecticut. Well, while you guys are telling me a little bit about yourself, so I will be 46. Nick says, I'm downstairs and I'm 21 years old at heart. I think it's more like 12. So I'm 45. I'll be 46 in October. And I'm from North Carolina, Clemens, North Carolina, which is just outside of Winston-Salem, about an hour and a half from Charlotte, if you're familiar with that area. So that's a little bit about me. Hey, Kim. So good to see you. Or not see you, but you know what I mean. So I know a little bit about, where you're from, your name, and all that stuff. So tell me a little bit about what your biggest challenge is right now as far as body change or your health or your physique. What is it that you struggle with the most right now? Just go ahead and be honest. There's no judgment here. Just throw it on out there. Tell me what you've been struggling with. And if you're just joining, cheers. Feel free to join me. What's your biggest challenge? Motivation. Yes, that's a biggie. Always staying motivated to eat right and to exercise right. It's hard to stay motivated sometimes. What else? What else are you guys struggling with? I know a lot of folks that I usually talk to struggle with knowing what types of exercise to do, what to eat when, especially, you know, as we get a little bit older, things just don't work the same as they used to or what used to work. Finding an exercise that I can love. Walking is what I like. Walking is actually really awesome, Christine. We're going to talk a little bit about that. It's so hard. So hard to find the right thing that you love, and I'm just going to tell you, there's really no secret sauce about, you know, when it comes to exercise. But another question that I have for you real quick is, you know, when you've noticed that you're not where you want to be body-wise, okay, whether you're wanting to lose weight or, you know, wanting that motivation, or, you know, you want to build muscle and tone up and get lean, or whatever that is, what is usually the first thing that comes to your mind that you should do? So just, you know, off the top of your head, what is the first thing that usually jumps in your mind when, say, you want to lose a few pounds? What is your typical thought process when that happens, when you have those thoughts? Yes, absolutely. I love it. Eat less, exercise more. Isn't that what a lot of us tend to think is the solution when we want to change things up, change our bodies? Yeah, definitely, most definitely. And another question real quick is, how many runners do I have on here right now? How many people just love to run? Yep. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, Kim, I know you're a runner too. Guilty. Yep. Christine says, nope, not me. Yeah, so for you runners out there, I want you to really dig deep and be honest with me here, okay? Do you absolutely love it? Does it light you up? And I'm going to share a little bit about my story in just a second, but, you know, does it, you know, do you just get so excited to get out the door and put on those shoes and go running? Or is it one of those things that you've conditioned yourself to do because you think that is the best way for you to get the results that you want? So just be honest, and you don't have to answer, you don't have to tell me, but you know, just think about that for a little bit. You know, is it really something that lights your soul on fire? And if it is, that is awesome. Oh my goodness, I'm not telling you to change that, but yeah, it used to light me up too, or so I thought. So, you know, that's the thing. You know, if I told you though that you could get the results that you wanted in a lot less time, would that be something that you'd be interested in? Would you, because it doesn't get me the results I want. Yes, perfect, Kim. Yeah. Kim says, you know, well, if you're live, you can see what she said there, but absolutely, just start a speed work, way more fun. Yes. Yes, that is definitely a way. If you love running, but you are used to doing more longer duration endurance type stuff, switching to shorter duration speed type workouts are going to still give you that high that you want, but not break your body down like the endurance stuff does. So, okay, so here's the thing. I'll tell you a little bit about my story real quick. I don't want to go on and on about me, but so for years and years, I was what we like to call a cardio queen. I love to run. I taught group exercise classes, you know, and most of the time it was upwards of 3 or 4 hours a day of some kind of exercise, mostly cardio. I do a little bit of weight training, light weight training through some power pump type classes that I taught. And, you know, I thought that was what I needed to do really to get the results that I wanted, which I wanted a toned, you know, fit, body, right? Who doesn't want that? And but what I realized, gosh, about 2008, late in 2008, early 2009, was my body was pretty much falling apart. And while I was very thin, I was injured a lot of the time. I was sick. My whole body was inflamed. Just wasn't, to be doing so many healthy activities, I just wasn't really healthy. So it was right around that time that I met some really good friends of mine, Jill Coleman and Jade Tita, and they introduced me to a way of training that completely changed my life. And right around that time, I had suffered a pretty bad stress fracture in my heel. I was in a cast. I'd been training for an ultramarathon, a 50-mile ultramarathon, and actually had been running on a stress fracture for a couple months. I didn't even know. So, that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, as far as a wake-up call for me. And I realized that, I needed to change some things. And so they really helped me. They changed my nutrition completely, changed how I was exercising. And so I went from, doing 3 or 4 hours of exercise a day to about 4 or 5 hours of exercise a week. So completely changed everything. And why this is important to tell you is because I think a lot of times when, we see there's a specific goal that we're looking for as far as our physique goes and weight loss, whatever your goal is, whether it is to build muscle or whatever, society tells us what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to cut calories and we're supposed to increase our exercise. So you see it a lot, New Year's resolutions, you see people start saying, I'm going to train for a marathon. I'm going to do this. I've never run before, but I'm going to train for a marathon. They hate to run, but they're going to train for a marathon. And a lot of times what you see is they don't lose weight, they actually put on weight. And there are a few reasons why that happened. And if you're a woman over the age of 40, it's super important that you understand this part, but because as we get older and our hormones start to fluctuate, like they do for us, our bodies become very, very reactive to stress, way more so than, say, in our 20s and 30s. And when I say stress, your body doesn't know the difference between physical stress, like you get from exercise, emotional stress, financial stress, whatever, life stress, psychological stress. It's all the same. Your body treats it exactly the same. There's a bumblebee flowing around my head right now. So what happens is you get that release of stress hormones, like cortisol and other things. And, that's a lot of the times where if you've noticed an increase in maybe some belly fat as you've gotten older, that's usually what it's coming from. It's your body's reaction to stress. So, so what can we do about that? Well, kind of lost my train of thought on what I was going back to. So basically, when you are exercising for those long durations, you're going out there and you're running, you think you have to run for at least an hour or exercise for at least an hour. What happens is, and tell me if this is true for you, I know that I notice it when I exercise for long periods of time. 3 things happen. Your hunger, your energy, and your cravings can increase. And tell me, has that ever happened to you? We call it HEC, hunger, energy, and cravings. So have you noticed that when you've exercised for a long time, your hunger gets worse? And so what happens? You want to eat more, right? And sometimes, especially if like, I'll just share this. I don't know if you can relate to this or not, but back when I was running a whole lot, I would justify what I would eat because it's like, oh my gosh, I just ran 20 miles, so I can eat, you know, this whole box of crackers or whatever it was, you know. And I thought, well, it's okay because I just ran all these miles and I burned the calories and you know, but your body just doesn't, it's not as simple as calories in and calories out, unfortunately. So you eat more. That's the thing. You know, your hunger goes up, your energy levels drop. And what happens when we're tired a lot of the times? We want to eat more. So, and then there's the cravings. We start craving things that, I mean, I can tell when I've exercised for, you know, longer than I normally do, because my cravings for, you know, starchy things, starchy carbs really goes up. You know, things that I wouldn't normally eat on a daily basis, you know, chips and crackers, and I'm a big salty fan, so anything salty and crunchy is kind of what I gravitate towards when I'm having those cravings. So, you know, the key is to balance that out, right? So you want to get to that, you know, that place where hunger, energy, and cravings are in balance, and you're doing the things that lower the stress hormones in the body. So, you know, how do we do that? Well, if you love running and it lights your soul on fire, and you know, that's just, if you were to give it up, you would just be devastated and depressed, then absolutely you want to keep doing that, right? You want to work it in. So, and I'm going to tell you right now, I went on a 10-mile run today, and I still, just in the last, I'd say year and a half to 2 years, have introduced back some longer running into my workout routine. But I'm not running every day, and it's just one day a week that I'm running long. So, but knowing what I know now about hormones and keeping the HEC in balance, we call it keeping your heck in check. It is, I know what to do now. I know what's happening when I have those reactions, and I can stave them off by eating some things that, you know, that help keep that all in balance. So just some tips, okay? If you don't love running and you've been doing it because you think that's the best way for you to lose weight, well, I'm going to tell you right now, you can stop. Okay, don't do it, because life is too short to do shit you hate, okay? Sorry, but just putting it out there. I just cursed live. Wow. Anyway, so don't do it anymore, okay? What you can do, and if you do love running, I'll kind of give you a rundown of how my workouts run now. You know, because I do that long run for me. It's almost like my meditation now. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I want to. And I mean, there are some days when I don't want to do it. So a lot of times I don't. But, you know, getting out in nature, we have a beautiful park where we are, and just getting out there and being able to be amongst nature, and, you know, it's how I connect. You know, it's how I connect with my source. So it's super important for me to be able to do that. So how I do it is one day I do my long run. It's usually Saturdays, depends. 2 other days I do shorter workouts, shorter running workouts, sprint workouts usually. It's usually 1 day of flat sprints and 1 day of incline sprints. And those workouts are no more than 30 minutes, and that includes the warm-up and the cool-down. So it's usually anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds of sprinting, followed by, you know, however long a rest that you need to totally recover before you do it again. And what happens with those types of workouts is not only is it less stressful on the body as far as the cortisol release, but you get this wonderful afterburn effect, which is called EPOC, or excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. So basically what that means is your body will burn fat long after you finished the workout. So they've estimated anywhere from 24 to 48 hours after you can be burning fat. So who doesn't want to burn fat for 2 days after your workout, right? So so introducing those types of workouts in, and then of course weightlifting, strength training, super important, especially as we get older. Oh my goodness, and your joints and your tendons and your ligaments and your muscles and everything start to get weaker. Super, super important to get your strength training in. And I'm not talking about lifting those 2 and 3 pound dumbbells, ladies. No, you got to pick up some heavy weights. Do not be scared that you're going to bulk up. It's not going to happen, okay? So pick up some heavier weights. I usually weight train, I'd say about 4 days a week right now. And then the third component is lots, and you're going to love this, Christine, if you're still on here. The third component is stress relieving activities, and one of the best stress relieving activities is leisure walking. Okay, so I'm not talking about power walking. I'm not talking about, you know, pumping your arms and all that. I'm talking about slow, leisure, casual walking, conversational, and preferably it's done in nature. Okay, so getting outside and just being amongst the trees, and hummingbird just flew over my head. Trees and nature and flowers and everything. There have been studies done that show that just releases those stress, or reduces those stress, lowers those stress hormones, I should say. I thought you'd like that, Christine. So as many times as you want to do that, you know, as many, it doesn't matter. They found that leisure walking, slow leisure walking, does not affect your HEC, your hunger, energy, and cravings. So you can do it ad nauseum, you know, as much as you want. So I've been traveling a lot lately, so I haven't been able to get my leisure walks in. And I will tell you, in the beginning when I first started it, I really didn't like it, because I am used to doing those faster paced sprint workouts, and those, you know, are just such a rush for me. So it was really hard for me to slow down and do it. But I pulled a muscle. It's been a couple months now. Pulled a muscle, and it kind of forced me to take some time off from running, and walking was pretty much all I could do for a little bit. And I tell you, it was a couple weeks, and it was during those 2 weeks that I came to really enjoy those walks. And I would listen to podcasts or books, or just sometimes pray, you know, or kind of, you know, not really meditate, because I wasn't sitting down with my eyes closed or anything. There's a wasp on my wine glass. What am I going to do about that? Okay, you just go on now. So that's pretty much it. Other leisure activities that you can do, if you don't, you know, if you're not in a place where you can walk, you can definitely walk on a treadmill. Listen, you know, read a book, or listen to music or podcast, whatever you want. Some other leisure activities would be things like massage, or an Epsom salts bath, or what else? What other things? Pretty much, it's just anything that makes you feel relaxed and makes you feel good. Okay, that releases those, you know, those happy hormones, those good things. So, you know, Sarah, are you still on here? You said something in one of our groups one time. Coloring, yes, I love that. I just read an article in Success Magazine about adult coloring books. That's kind of all the rage right now. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. But Sarah, if you're still on here, there was something that you mentioned as far as a leisure activity goes. You asked me if that counted. And I don't know if y'all know where I'm going with this, but yes, it does. It counts. Anything that makes you feel good. So anyway, I see a couple people just jumped on, and we're really just about ready to wrap this up. But before I do, does anyone have any questions? Any questions at all? I hope you found this informative. This is my very first official Periscope, and plan on doing... Where's Peaches? She's actually inside. She was out here just a minute ago. I'll bring her in for the next one. We'll get her in here. I think, well, no, Otis is inside too. I was going to see if Otis was on here. But yeah, you know, I hope to use this, you know, just to answer your questions about stuff, just to give you a glimpse of what we do, and you know, I'll be sharing workouts and nutrition tips and whatever it is you guys want to see. So you have to let me know. You have to let me know what you're struggling with, what you want to know about. There's my hummingbird feeder back there again. I'm kind of a geek. I have my, this is my, Nick said he's going to hand Peaches over. This is my little hand hummingbird feeder that my friend Ellie gave me, and I had a hummingbird actually eat out of it a couple weeks ago. It was the coolest thing on the planet. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a geek like that. If you guys want to hang out for just a second, I think Nick is going to bring me Peaches so you can see her. But in the meantime, ask me anything. Ask me any questions you want. I love those little hearts. It's so cool. What is your workout routine schedule and time duration for each week? Okay, Kim, that's a great question. Here comes Peaches. Hold on just one second, I'll tell you. Thank you. Get in here. Come here. No. Nick's not gonna get in. Here's Peaches. Say hello. Hello, Peachy. There she is. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Thank you. So my workout schedule, typically, it can vary from week to... Thank you. She is really sweet. She's a rescue. She has been with us since 2008. All of our dogs are rescues. Anyway, and just to share, you know, that little tidbit about me, we have 4 dogs, and we had 6 cats, but we had to put one of our cats down a couple weeks ago. So, and they're all, they are, rescue dogs are the best, absolutely. So my workout schedule, and again, it varies from week to week, but typically, I'll just tell you what I did last week. Well, I don't know if I can remember. I'm doing, I don't know if you guys are taking part in Jill Coleman's 20 by 20 challenge. So 20-minute workouts for 20 days during the month of August. Or, you know, 20, not 20 days straight, but just 20 workouts total. So I've been kind of doing a little bit of that, but mixing in my own stuff too. So just typically, Mondays is usually a weight workout. Just trying to think what I did last week. It was a full body workout. It was 20 minutes. It was weights. It was heavier weights. A lot of shoulder focus. Well, I guess it was some back too, but anyway, Tuesday, and I'm going to tell you right now, guys, that I did the whole structured, you do chest, shoulders, and triceps on Monday, you do legs on Tuesdays and Fridays, you do back and biceps another day. I did that for a long time, and I don't really do that anymore, but I really just focus on, like I said, 4 days of weight training, going pretty heavy most days, heavy for me, that's different for everyone. So, and then it's, you know, I really hesitate to give you a definitive schedule because I really don't have one from week to week, other than I do get in my sprints. So typically it's a day of flat sprints, a day of incline sprints, and a long run day. So 3 days of running. My sprint days are super short. You know, I think I posted yesterday, my sprints, it was work time was 540 seconds or 9 minutes. Peaches just about ate a bumblebee. So that was, you know, and I've rested in between, of course. And then my long runs right now, I did 10 miles today, and that's what they've been averaging. I'm actually doing a marathon in December with Nick. Nick and I are doing a marathon out in California, and so, but my goal for that, the training on that, is to actually run as little as possible. So that's the deal with that. But my weights, right now it's, I'm doing 1 day of lower body, all lower body, and then, you know, my 3 other days I just mix it up. Like one day I might do a full body metabolic effect workout, and then, you know, the other days are, you know, a mixed upper body workout. But they're all very short, very intense, so that you're almost getting a cardio workout when you do those. And I'll be posting some of those. One of the things, and let me know if this is something that you want to see, but one of the things, if I can get them to agree to it, the girls that I train, do personal training with, I have 4 women that I train, and I thought maybe we'd film our workout on, or not film, but broadcast the workout on Tuesday. It's Tuesday at 7:30 in the morning Eastern. So if that's of interest, Kim says yes. If I can get them to agree to it, I don't know how they're going to feel about that, but maybe I can do it on the down low. And yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to do that. Have you tried the Saucony Zealot yet? No, I haven't. And oh my gosh, no, I'm still in the guide right now, not the guide. Yeah, the guide. I love the guide. I have not tried the Zealot yet. No, Jane, I haven't done, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna check that out for sure. And Jane, if you have any recommendations, the marathon I'm doing is a trail, so that's gonna be interesting. Cool. Do you want some wine too? Okay, guys, I probably held you up for long enough. Let me know if this was helpful to you at all. My first one, so I don't really know what to do with this, but thank you so much. Thank you for hopping on. And like I said, so I will let you know, or I'll start broadcasting on Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. And thank you so much. We'll get that going, and then, you know, just sharing life stuff. Some other things that I think is important, especially as we get older, is how can we be happy? How can we be happy as we get older? How can we not sweat the small stuff so much? So that's, you know, hopefully we can talk about that stuff too. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I know it's a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully you all are doing some fun stuff, having a great day. It's beautiful here in North Carolina. I don't know if you can see these beautiful blue skies. The weather's really nice, not too hot, not too humid. So hope you have a great afternoon, and we will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.